What's up, guys? This video explains how I want to play the A site on Mirage on CT in response to an execute. In general, there are two things I want to do. I either want to fight for it or I want to play a retake. I'll start with fighting for it because it's a little simpler. The situation in which we would call this is something where either an eco. If it's an eco, I don't want to deal with retakes. I just want to hold the fucking site. That's why we stack shit. If it's an eco, if someone's pushed up close, like say Savage is here or otown is in here, or Firebox and Ninja, that's a fun setup where you can have someone Firebox and Ninja and have the Ninja guy just try and pick people off and then hold Palace, and then the Firebox guy can just wait for them to get distracted. I digress. Interesting placement of the op. So if you're pushed up, you kind of have to fight. There are a few nades that are super useful when you're not really in position to fight and you would like to get into position. For this explanation, I'm going to say that otown is a default, Savage is at stairs, and Mr. Seek is, I don't know, he's doing stupid. He's watching connector or watching mid, but he's in this horseshoe shape. He's around here with an op, usually with an op. This happened 2 or 3 times in our last Mirage game. And only one time did we do this, and it's because I threw all the nades by myself and I got 2 kills and died, and it worked out. But there were also 2 rounds where I missed shots and then it didn't help. So hopefully with better aimers doing the same, throwing the same nades, we'll win more. Now the preamble is over. These are the nades. These ones come over. You've got a couple of options. It can be kind of nice to smoke off Palace, but I find that it's more useful for the otown position, this position here, to do that. So otown, how you can do that is hold both mouse buttons down and just throw. And what you want to do is you want to throw that smoke grenade and then pair it with this flash. See that flash hit? Yeah, that's a nice one. You can also do it more to the right. It's kind of just to get over the boxes so that the guys who are looking at you get flashed. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. Full flash. That's hide, help me. That's the kind of flash that you're gonna get. You throw your shit. It's nice because you know that you can just watch. You'll have a rifle, so that you'll have a. What's it called? You'll have a gun, and you can just hold. You can hold this angle and this angle. Yeah, those 2 angles. And that's it, because they know where you are. Don't try and peek them. I know you peek them after Savage makes contact. So, Savage, your options. If otown smoked Palace and the flash comes over, I highly recommend just peeking dry. Peeking this, you can crouch out of the smoke. Let's see if I can get the timing right. It's okay. So you can see out of the smoke, or you can do this. If Palace is smoked, this could be especially useful because people here, if they're just watching, if they're looking at otown, they won't see you. But if there's someone here, you're so fucked. It would be hilarious for them. Anyway, the other smoke you can throw, especially if Palace isn't smoked, just throw it vaguely in this direction. And that one went a little bit deep. But that could, let's throw it where I meant to throw it, right there. That way you can look at Palace, and you can also prevent O-Town from getting rushed. And this way, you can get a couple of kills by the time the smokes are fading, and then you can fall back into your former position. To review the nades, there's this one, this one, this one, and this one. All really good nades that'll help you hold the site. So like as soon as the smokes are coming over, if you feel the need to flash in yourself, just like make a flash up on the fly. I've talked enough about that. Now I want to talk about what, I don't like this gun. That's better. Now I want to talk about what to do if O-Town is in a position to fall back. So say he's triple and the smokes come over. You can either throw a flash like we were talking about before. Let's smoke that off. Does it hit? Ah, fuck. Go. Fuck it. Just fucking molly it. Throw a smoke and do that. And fight. Or you can fall back like this. Now, with this smoke, there's always a hole in that smoke. It's either right here, where you can see over, I mean, especially if you stand up. You can really see over it now. And you can see default. Or if it's like a little bit further over, you can see under it and see default. You can't see much because there's no people there, but like when you see feet, it's very obvious. Then you can just spam, kill the bomb planner. So try and get a kill and fall back, and then hold this area. If they take this area, I don't want to retake it. I can think of one situation out of 20 in which we would retake it even if we don't have that position. If that happens, I'll call it in game. But generally, if the CTs or the terrorists have pushed the CT stairs, we're not doing it. Now, Savage's role is a bit more interesting. Savage's role, I mean, if you want to be a real pain in the ass, you can like fake the smoke that we normally like push with and flash to get them paranoid if you've done it a couple of times. Barring that, watch underpass. Because it's very common to have an underpass flank. That's what we did for a long time. I think I prefer to just have 5 guys coming out A because our rifles are so good. Like I think, okay, I'm not a primary opper, so give me that. Really tactical systems work better if you have like a really good opper. Our rifles are better than our opping. Savage ops well. I think he rifles better than he ops. I op decently. I think it's probably 50-50 whether I rifle or op. So I kind of want us focusing on trades, on our A execute. Nonetheless, lots of players, lots of teams will have a player underpass, or they'll have someone coming up top mid. So Daff, as you're rotating from Cat, you and Savage need to clear mid so that to make sure there's no flankers. Then the utility. So while these smokes are still up, and as they're fading, there are, like if you jump up, you see this further, like the leftmost post here. It's called the crenellation on a castle. This crenellation there. Aim a little bit to the left with a smoke and just left click throw, and it'll go right in Palace. So you throw that. If you've got a molly, throw it into the box that says, I'm called firebox. Throw it in there. Then Salami, you will rotate to O-Town. I know it's a long ass rotate, but you gotta go all the way from B apartments to the CT spawn. Granted, you will have a whole 15 seconds because of the smokes. It takes 17 seconds for a smoke to fade. Once you get here, try and throw a better smoke than or a better flash than I throw. You can flash over this wall relatively effectively. Like, those won't blind people triple, but they'll really blind people like ramp, palace, and default. So throw flashes over, and you guys push CT spawn as we cross over, the three of us who are in this area. If there are 5 alive, it also helps for one guy to go stairs and then 2 guys to go bench. So those are the paths I want us taking. I want to try them out in our quote scrims. So I hope we get to play Mirage today at practice.